Have you ever said a word wrong and then someone corrects you? Well, that was me for about the first year that I lived here in San Antonio. I'm gonna tell you about how I learned that just because words look like they should be a certain way, that's not how they're pronounced. Bear with me though, because there are still some words that I have a little bit of trouble with. So I'm gonna practice with you today. First, let's talk about the street names that you're gonna see on some of the highways. Now, if a transplant like me were to see this word, you are likely to say the word Hubner and focus on the hue of the word, but it's actually pronounced Hebner. For the locals, the pronunciation is passed down verbally, so they get to skip the awkward correction. Okay, so the next word. You'll commonly hear it from people like me called Nacogdoches. However, it's pronounced Nacogdoches. See, I told you a problem. Nacogdoches. Now check out this word. Toperwine, right? Nope, it's Topperwine. Okay, so let's now move on to some of the counties you'll see here. So this first county is the county that I live in. And I have been pronouncing this wrong since I found out I would be moving here. So back in Maryland, I would call to get all my stuff set up while moving here, and I would tell them I was moving to Bexar County. It's not Bexar, it's Bexar County, not even close. Here's another one that I will never forget the day that someone corrected me. So this word took me a while. You would think it's pronounced Cibolo, but no, it's pronounced Cibolo. Now that I know how to say it though, Cibolo kind of sounds funny. Okay, next word. Transplants say Comal, but the real way to say it is Comal. Okay, the next one is one of my favorites. It's pronounced New Braunfels. I don't even know if that's right, but most people like me call it New Braunfels. Recently, someone corrected me on one of my videos for not calling it the right name. Okay, the next word. If you look at it, you might want to say Churts, but you actually pronounce it Shirts. And the last county looks like you would say Helotes, but it's actually Helotes. So when you move here, if you find that you're mispronouncing these words and people are correcting you, they're gonna know you're a transplant. Okay, so as you know, I'm from the East Coast, but I'm married to a Texan. So I'm about to share with you some of the Texas slang that I hear around here. Now, not all of it is new to me, but some of it's a little bit out there. Snow skiing. Snow skiing to a Texan means exactly what it says. You're skiing in the snow. But snow skiing to someone like me sounds weird because we just call it skiing. Now, on the flip side of that, we do call it water skiing, and apparently Texans call that skiing. Okay, so this is probably my all-time favorite one. I'm sure everyone around the world uses it now, but it did originate somewhere in the South. So the term is bless your heart. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't mean anything nice. It could mean, oh, you dum-dum, or you. Or one of my favorites that I usually like to say it with is like, did you really just say that? The list goes on, but I definitely don't want it said to me. Fixin'. Fixin' to a Texan doesn't mean you're fixing something. It means you're fixin' to go somewhere, like leave the house or something. And don't forget that's fixin' without a G. Here's one my husband uses a lot. Reckon. He says, I reckon we can do that. Well, I reckon I was only telling you we were doing it. We were gonna do it either way. So the weird thing here is like, Texans don't say Sprite, soda, Pepsi. It's all Coke. Give me a Coke. And then you have to ask, what kind of Coke? I'll take a Sprite. Just say Sprite. This is a fun one for me because I come from a place that it snows a lot. But Texans, as you know, don't get snow. So a light little flurry to a Texan is a snowpocalypse. And trust me, when you see Texans see snow, it's like the first time they've ever seen snow. And to most of them, and some of them, it might be. Okay, get ready. This one, I will never forget the first time I heard this one. I have been married to my husband for a long time, and I had never heard him say this. But when we first moved here to Texas, it was raining so hard outside. And he walks in and says, it's raining harder than a cow pissing on a flat rock. I will never forget that day, and I will never forget the look that I gave him as to where the heck did you come up with that? And he asked me, you've never heard that? Here's another one. It's colder than a well digger's ass. I'm sorry, where did you get that? Where does that come from? And to top it off, I heard his mom say it one day too. And last, Texans love Texas so much that they have their own Pledge of Allegiance. I'm not kidding you when I tell you my son came home and was singing a song. And I asked him what he was singing. And he told me he was singing the Texas Pledge of Allegiance. And guess who started singing along? My husband. And they sing it every single morning when they get to school. I'm pretty sure Maryland does not have one, and if they do, I was never taught it. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed listening to the terminology and the pronunciation that I had to learn when I moved here to San Antonio. I will say, those Texans might talk funny, but they sure are nice people. So if you're considering moving here, you know you're moving here, you're thinking about it, please feel free to call, text, or email me. You know the drill. Thanks for watching another episode of Serving San Antonio. I'm Christine Johnson with Fathom Realty. I'll see you next time.